My channel. Today we're going to be doing population density and distribution. So we should be able to describe the factors that influence density and the distribution of population in terms of physical, economic, social, and political factors. So let's get right into it. So what is population density? Oh, sorry. So, population density, as the term suggests, it is the average number of people per square kilometer in a country or region. And if you are asked to define or explain what this means, then this sentence would be enough to give you around 2 marks or 1 mark. I don't think they will ask you a question like that for more than 2 marks. So these are the 2 terms that you need to know for this chapter. As we said, population density. Next we have population distribution, which is the way that a population is spread over a given area, whether it be a small region or the whole earth. Now, when there's a lot of people, when the average number of people per kilometer square is, high, or when there's high population density, we call it densely populated. And when there's low population density, we call it sparsely populated. Now I'm going to go over the causes and the causes of sparse and dense population. Again, I think the best way for learning this chapter is by case studies, and I will be uploading a video on the 2 case studies for this one. So the causes of dense population. So first, coastal areas. So usually coastal areas are densely populated because of, the large bodies of water and the other opportunities that coastal areas give, such as tourism, a peace of mind, fresh air, a good view. So second, a flat relief. And so what a flat relief is it means that it's easier to build houses or build buildings, monuments, any sort of thing. Flat reliefs are usually sought after. Next, close to a supply of water. Again, if you're close to a supply of water, you can use the water for a lot of things. And way back, most populations or civilizations, such as the Indus Valley civilization, were near supplies of water, and they used this water for many domestic reasons, such as cleaning, cooking, washing, things like that. Next, areas with natural resources. So easier to invest in these resources, or just, it would be less expensive in a way because they're just readily available. Then fertile land. Again, this really won't apply much to modern societies, but way back, fertile land was a good indicator of a population wanting to settle down, because it meant that they could farm and begin life here, because you could start agriculture and you could feed a lot of people, things like that. Next, develop transport links, and this is something that applies to modern economies. So places with good public transport that transports you all over the region, city, or country, or highways, roads, roundabouts, things like that. 7, electricity and water, and this would be more urban areas, so a good supply of these. And lastly, a good quality schools and hospitals. So obviously people want the best for themselves and their families, so they're gonna go and settle down in places where there's a good where there are good service qualities. So these are the causes of dense population, right? So now let's do the causes of sparse population. So it's quite literally the opposite of dense population. So firstly, mountainous areas. So what does mountainous areas mean? It is the opposite of having a flat relief. So no one really goes over here and tries to live over here because it's hard to build houses and it's hard to settle down. Secondly, extreme climate conditions. So if it's too hot or too cold, then it's going to be difficult for people to settle down. Thirdly, a heavily forested area, not good. You need enough space for schools, hospitals, without causing, significant deforestation. So people usually don't settle down here. Areas that flood a lot, so away from floodplains, for example, in Bangladesh, which is a densely populated area, 80% of Bangladesh is actually covered in floodplains. So there's considerable, rural to urban migration in Bangladesh as they want to get away from the floodplains where there's frequent cyclones and floods. Then there's poor supply of electricity, gas, and water. And this is pretty self-explanatory. You wouldn't want to be in these places because you want to live, right? Then no schools or hospitals, or poor quality of schools or hospitals. Again, as I said, people want the best for themselves and their families, so they're gonna migrate to better places. And lastly, regular natural disasters. So although there are some people who live near volcanic areas or the floodplains, most people avoid this because it's dangerous, and usually no one comes there, so there's not much civilization in terms of schools, hospitals, or things like that. So that's okay, I think I wasn't recording. So I said that we've covered physical and social factors. Now, what does economic factors mean? So as a country develops more, it moves from primary sector to secondary and tertiary sector. So the importance of agriculture reduces, and an economy becomes more urban based. So there's going to be a lot of population. So there's going to be dense population in urban cities. So those are the economic factors. Now, in terms of political factors, this could refer to areas where the government has labeled no habitation, or you're not allowed to go there as per government request, government rules actually. So that would refer to the political factors. So as I said, the best way to learn this is by case studies. So just go ahead and watch the video on case studies, and that will greatly help you.